Want to make a really quick Marvel update. So far, no Fantastic Four, of course, that's just how this goes. But 2 actors have been replaced in some fashion. I wouldn't even say Steven Yeun is like fully replaced because we still don't really know who is playing that character. And it seems like that part has passed through 2 hands. And by that part, I mean Steven Yeun was going to play the Sentry in the Thunderbolts movie, and he left because of scheduling stuff. Unless you are on Twitter 5 minutes after the announcement happens, then obviously it's because the MCU is crumbling or something. But like a day later, when this news actually had time to reach him, he said that it was because of scheduling stuff, which makes sense because a lot of these movies were not expected to be filming when they were because of the writer's strike and COVID and everything's moved around. Like, you never know. A lot of actors now have to reevaluate their schedules, and stuff like this is not as high of a priority for someone. So Steven Yeun out for Sentry. Apparently, Dev Patel passed on Sentry, which, goddamn, that would have been fun. Like, I think Dev Patel could play a lot of different roles in this universe, and I would love to see him in any of them. Sentry was never like the one that I was like, oh, he's perfect for Sentry. So we had Dev Patel. We also had Austin Abrams from Euphoria, a kid I know nothing about. And by kid, he's probably like around my age, but he apparently also passed on it. So that's 3 actors: Steven Yeun, Dev Patel, Austin Abrams. So here, I'm going to take you on a journey real quick. I went to double check because I knew his name was something Pullman. I was like, Lewis Pullman is the name of the actor that we're going to be talking about. He was in Top Gun Maverick, and obviously he is Bill Pullman's son. He looks a lot like Bill Pullman. In the Top Gun Maverick movie, he has big glasses on, so it's a little harder to tell, but like, when you know that's who you're looking at, you're like, oh my god, yeah, Bill Pullman's son. So I googled Pullman Sentry, see what news story would come up so I could find his name, and I found a comicbookmovie.com article that said the thing that I'm going to say next, but then also that he was confirmed as Sentry. And I said, that is the first time I've seen that. That's interesting. So then I went to the article that they were quoting, which was a Deadline article about, again, this next piece of casting we're going to talk about. And then that pointed back to the original article that I had read that said that he had an offer, that Lewis Pullman is currently the actor holding on to the ball, that he can choose to play Sentry or not, apparently. But this is not, as far as I understand, as of, what is it, 29th, 30th? My goodness, as of January 30th, 2024, early in the morning, we don't have any confirmation that Lewis Pullman is actually playing the Sentry. He's just the actor that may have the role. It seems like it's up to him. Do I think he'd be a good Sentry? Actually, yeah, I think out of the 4 that we've had, he's probably the most conventionally Sentry-ish. And not just because like he's a white guy, but just because he's kind of, especially in Top Gun, he's the one that plays the not cool guy, and Bob Reynolds is supposed to be not cool. He's supposed to be, kind of a over the hill dork, and I'm sure they're going to play him a little differently because he's not, going to be like that old in this movie. But like, I could see it. But that's the one I'm less interested in. But I didn't want to touch on it. But yeah, Dev Patel, I really want to get him in one of these. He'd be great. Be good. God, I don't even know. Like, he'd be a fun, interesting Swamp Thing. Alec Holland. I'd be surprised, but like, that's kind of interesting. I don't think he'd do it. And I don't think it's an incredibly, good utilization of like his skill set. I could see him throwing in an Authority performance, like as the Doctor or something like that. That could work. I don't know. He's got a lot of charm. He's got a lot of energy. He's very interesting. This isn't a video about Dev Patel because we got to talk about the other interesting piece of news. So Ayo Edebiri, everybody's favorite actor from last year, who was in obviously The Bear and Bottoms and Theater Camp and Ninja Turtles, hit after hit after hit after hit. Now there were rumors that her character was going to be in both Thunderbolts and Captain America. And the Captain America thing seemed like, if anything, it was maybe setting the stage for her Thunderbolts role. And because it seemed like she was going to be connected to Julia Louis-Dreyfus in some way, if she was in one, then like, yeah, obviously she'd, be in Thunderbolts as well. Now, it's unclear whether she played an actual role in the Thunderbolts or if she was just in this movie. Like, is she, say Songbird, who is one of the characters that an early scooper suggested that she might be playing? It's definitely possible, but I've also heard rumors recently that this character is just Julia Louis-Dreyfus's assistant. And if that's the case, it seems completely plausible. So this casting will definitely affect Captain America: Brave New World and will probably affect Thunderbolts. So am I bummed that Ayo is gone? I don't know, maybe. We haven't seen this role, so maybe this role's gonna stink and I'll be like, good, Ayo, you didn't do it. But I think it'll probably be interesting because the actor that they replaced Ayo with, I am very excited about. Her name is Geraldine Visan, and she is mostly known, at least for me, from being in a show called Miracle Workers. Miracle Workers was this very strange show by Simon Rich. It was a comedy, and each season was a different genre. So Wild West, or Mad Max, but it was taking that genre and using it to make fun of other things. So using, like, it's like, oh, what if you were Mad Max and you were this, you know, giant warrior Furiosa woman who had to go to an HOA meeting, stuff like that. It's hard to explain. I would say watch it 'cause it's very funny. I think it was on Max for a while. I think it was on TBS. These videos each day, the amount of like shows all shift around like musical chairs. You have no idea. I have no idea where any of these shows are now. And you could be watching this in a day and it could all be different. It's so hard to keep track of all this. But anyway, Miracle Workers, very funny show. Geraldine played opposite Daniel Radcliffe. She was almost always his, well, romantic interest isn't even really it, but they became friends and like kind of were the core of this show, where Steve Buscemi was usually this outside force who wasn't an antagonist necessarily, but just kind of a weirdo who threw the plot into motion. But those two were the heart of the show. And Geraldine's super funny. I've never seen Blockers, which is the other thing she's well known for. I'll probably watch it eventually now because I'm now curious. But like overall, I was always wondering, where is she? Why is she not in more stuff? And like obviously Blockers. And she's been in other things. She's got roles in, let's see. Well, I mean, she's got a big year coming up because she's in the new Coen Brothers movie, Drive Away Dolls. She's in the Beanie Bubbles. She's in that Cat Person movie. So Geraldine is crushing it. Again, we don't know what this character is. I think she could also conceivably be Songbird or just some person, you know, the Martin Freeman or, you know, Jimmy Woo of these movies now. Either way, I'm happy she's getting the role, and I would like it if we could cast one of these movies fully soon. So Marvel casting news, we got maybe a new Sentry and whoever Ayo is playing, and no Fantastic Four. So cool. I'm genuinely excited for Geraldine though, but like, Kevin, what are we doing? Apparently it's getting rewritten again, Fantastic Four? How many is this, the fourth one? We've had so many drafts of this movie. And yes, you know, keep writing it until you get the good one. But like, you had so much time to work on this. How do we not have it? How is this not a movie that is just like, wow, we have the perfect script because we've been just waiting for 10 years to make this. And who knows? We don't know. I have no idea. I don't know where it takes place, what universe it is. It could be super different. I don't know. Everybody, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more casting stuff.